Hello folks, it's Graham Leer, paranormal researcher, just at the grave of my father at the cemetery, Castle Brook Lawn Cemetery. I think you just said, Dad, I think they said your father says hello. Yeah, well thanks Dad. Well, last night we were at Planet Porb and you had to be picked up numerous times. You look well, but you seemed to go into a flat, and the flat seemed to have dark grey walls and a fairly big flat, you know, or apartment as the Americans say, okay? And we were together the whole time. I think I dreamed, I woke up about 5:45 and I think my dream went to about 8:30. But we were together the whole time, Dad, so, and I had to pick you up a few times because you were a bit unsteady, you know, but you seem to be walking again, which is good, okay, Dad, but I just want to say, I just want to know, I want to ask Warren Leer a question. Where are all your tax records in the apartment, Dad? Where do you leave your tax? I asked you when you're alive and you said I couldn't remember. But, Dad, what, yeah, Warren Leer, Dad, can you speak to me, please? And just tell me where you left the will, the tax, we've got used the supplementary will. Yeah, Dad, so I know you said I hear you, but, where did you leave them? You couldn't remember when you were in the flat or the apartment. Could one of the guides please ask Warren to speak to me, please? Dad? Do you remember where you left all the records? I mean, they're currently organising probate. I'm the executor of the will. The solicitor is, or the attorney. But we just need, you know, I mean, I've done law as well, so I could do the probate myself, but I'm letting another guy do it. He said I can do the, organise the motion to the Supreme Court if I want to. But I said, look, no, I don't want to be, I've got enough legal stuff that I'm doing anyway. Enough cases and stuff I'm working on. I haven't got the time for this, mate. I said, could you do it? That's why we're employing him at a very high cost. But what I mean, Dad, is that I need to know, right, Dad, where did you leave the original will? Whereabouts in the flat? Was it in the storeroom? Was it in the apartment? Was it in your study? We've looked everywhere. We can't find anything. So if Warren Leer, if any of the spirits worlds can let me know, spirit guides or whatever, it's quite a simple question. You know? So, you know, but you need to speak to Warren Leer, right? The ghost of Warren Leer, okay? So, anyway, I thought I'd ask the question. Not that I'm going to receive an answer because, look, I asked Dad this when he was alive and he had dementia, and he couldn't answer the question then, so, you know, but we just need to know, is it in the study, is it in the roof, or is it in the attic? We've got an attic, which is the size of a house above the apartment. It's a very expensive apartment. It's worth about $2 million, $3 million. Okay? Right? We've got Italian tiles straight through. It's got we've also got an underground storeroom, which is basically like a bomb-proof shelter, which is gigantic, attached to the underground car park. Okay, so we've, you know, got a lot of places he could have hid it, but I've been everywhere and I can't find where his records are. Did you shred them, Dad? Do the spirit guides tell me if Warren shredded his records? Because he has a bucket load of shredding machines and this gigantic shredder, and I've left them in the garage, but you can't read them because everything's shredded. So I just wanted to know, that's all, because it doesn't mean any difference because they've got a duplicate of the will. You know, the attorney's got a duplicate of the will, so he had the original copy of it. So I know Dad says he loves me and everything, and I love you, Dad. You know how much I love you. We have to get going today. We might go straight to the shops. We might have to visit. We're going to have to miss Angus today, okay? Okay, but we'll just stop at Angus. Anyway, we'll have to get going, Dad. But I'm going to, if you come back, you can give it to me in a psychic message. A lot of the stuff, because I'm psychic, comes to me. I can answer a question. I'll have the answer come straight in front of my eyes in writing. Okay, so if you can answer it now, or you can just answer it, think about it, Dad. Think about where you left all your records, right? right? We've also got tax returns that the tax agents get, or accounting guy. I'm also a registered tax agent, but I can do that as well. But I'm not going to do it. I haven't got the time, mate. I'm too busy with my other work I'm doing. I haven't got the time to do all this, right? I haven't got the time. And I don't have the time in the office to do all this. I'm too busy doing everybody else's work, okay? So I'm just asking you, Dad, we've got to do back taxes and everything, right? So as soon as the probate gets granted, we're going to then proceed with the back taxes and everything like that. And I think you're actually owed money anyway, right? That's why the tax office isn't chasing us. But anyway, and also the tax officers, we've already reported the situation.
Keep the girls from it.
Sorry, sir, what did you say? Can you repeat that? Yeah, anyway, if anybody in the guides, even you guides, could help me out and just tell me where Dad stored all his records. Where are they? You got a filing system and it says will and everything, but the will was just a general cutout from a newspaper. It wasn't your will. So it freaked me out, mate. Okay, so if any of you guides know where Dad stored his records, if you just do a history check on my father, check what he was doing and where did he put all that shit. I just need to know, mate, because I haven't got the time, mate. I'm stressed out as it is. Right, I got too many cases I'm working on. I haven't got the time to do all this. Okay, I've got too much to do. Okay, as it is, I'm working at least 12-hour days. Right, and then I've also got my watch trading company to look after as well. This week I took delivery of 2 rainbow Rolex, which is a rose gold one, and also I took delivery of what else did I took delivery? I'm going to do another video on those, and also did another video of the Rolex white gold, which is a rainbow white gold. So they cost me $500,000 to buy those, and I've already sold them. They're already sold, and I'm getting nearly $1.7 million for those 2 watches. So in Australia, so they've just come in a security delivery. They had security guards and everything to deliver them to my work. So it was pretty amazing. But anyway, as I said, that's what I do, watch trading as well. I'm going to do a video on those pretty soon. So if anybody likes Rolexes, I've got 2 very expensive Rolexes. I'll do a big discussion on those. But anyway, as I said, I've got that much going on, mate. As I said, that's why I have to employ lawyers and things to do work for me, because I haven't got the time. Time is money, and I haven't got the time to do all this. And I've looked through your records, Dad, and I can't find anything to do with your will, or it must have been shredded. And I've reported that. We've already reported to the Supreme Court. It's been reported in an affidavit of, I did produce an affidavit, and we said that to the Supreme Court, to say that, the original copies were destroyed. The originals were destroyed, the copies are only required. But if any of you guys could help me out, I just need to know where my father stored his tax records, right? So we'll probably get a couple $100,000 back on his taxes anyway. We don't know. I don't know how much his taxes are. So that's all going to be worked out for him. Okay, but anyway, guys, okay, so I'm going to do the summary now for Dad. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Leer Warren Jeffrey, born 27 September 33, died 27 September 2022. In loving memory of our amazing father and husband, who died on his birthday at the age of 90, which is really 89. The cemetery stuffed that up. We reported 89 to the funeral director, nice American lady. And anyway, it came through as 90. Don't ask me how they did that. So, and also owe me about $1,500 for the funeral service, which I'll have to chase from them now. I might have to do a statement of claim against them. Dad, you were the greatest father in the world, who was kind, gentle and understanding. You're now an angel in heaven, which you are. With God, you'll be in our memories forever, and our love for you, Dad, will remain for all eternity. Okay? May you rest in peace and see you in heaven, Dad. And also, the spirit guides, you must be sick and tired of me by now, because I'm asking this question all the time, and I can't get an answer where his records are kept. Right? He must have shredded them. If he shredded them, right, just let me know if he shredded his records. And if he shredded them, so be it. But that's, as far as I'm concerned, if I've looked everywhere, I can't find his damn records, then where else would they be? He insisted in doing his paperwork himself, right? Anyway, I'm going to say the Our Father. Okay, Our Father, sorry about the finger. Okay, I'm going to do the Our Father now. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Dad, I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm going to do the, I'm going to kiss you now, mate. Okay. Okay, here we go. We have to get off to the shops. Mum again. She's in the back of the little baby Hyundai. I should bring the Cadillac here, actually. I got this late model Cadillac, actually. I bought it from the US, and it's actually a right-hand drive version. Oh, sorry, it was owned by a millionaire guy in Japan. But actually, it's only done 16,000 kilometres. Or 9,000 miles, you know. It's a really nice car, so I might have to... I've got a whole stack of cars in storage here. And I might pull it out of storage. It's a beautiful black Cadillac, you know. It's a beautiful vehicle. And the only problem is it's too big for our little garage. So it won't fit in, it's too long. So, but anyway, I'm thinking about maybe, you know, going up there and attaching the battery to it and everything and driving it, getting it registered, you know. It's a beautiful car. But anyway, it's one of my many cars. So anyway, that's another story. Anyway, okay, Dad, I'm going to kiss you goodbye. But if you remember, Dad, where you left all your damn records, just tell us. Okay, Dad? I need to know, Dad. Okay? Right. Okay, Dad, I love you. I love you, Dad. I love you, Dad. I love you, Dad. I love you, Dad. Okay? And I love you so much. Okay, Dad? Okay, I'm going to shut your thing now. We'll have to head off now. Okay. I'll probably title this video, Where Are Your Records, Dad? You know. Sorry about the finger. Anyway, there we go, guys. We're going to have to head off to the shops now. So I'll do a round video of the surrounding area, see if there are any. Dad normally comes around this cemetery about 6 o'clock. You see his you see Dad's shadow form. See, ghosts are actually made of subatomic particles completely. What happens in subatomic particles, which ghosts are made of, they absorb light and they also absorb heat molecules. Okay, so when you see a ghost, it'll normally come out. Now, sometimes ghosts are very smart and they can make a reflection of their subatomic particles to form what appears to be a human being. When that ghost decides to disappear, he'll go into what's called fragmentation, which then pixelizes. Okay, and they go into little dots and then disappear. But ghosts are basically our human body. We all live forever because what happens with the human body, and I'll turn the camera to myself again, I'll just let you guys know how it is. Okay, with the human body, all your matter, right, which is your skin, everything else like that, which is positive ionised, all it gets held together with the subatomic particles, right? So what happens is when you die, your matter disappears, but the subatomic particles that were born and built to hold all your matter together are still there. So your subatomic particles actually hold together like they were when you were alive. So technically, you've got the same brain, same skin, same everything as the day you died. Okay, that's what a ghost is made of. There's nothing really religious about it. And with planet Earth, we've had 100 billion people have already lived on planet Earth. 100 billion. We've got 7 billion people on the Earth at present. 100 billion have died. Okay, now of that 100 billion, 3% are murderers, okay, and rapists and everything. They're really bad people. So basically you've got 97 billion people, 97 billion spirits that are on this earth. Now that also includes all dogs, cats, birds, everything around us, all are made of subatomic particles. So even birds have shadow ghosts as well. So there's another community that are alive on planet Earth, and they're actually subatomic particles, a memory version or a blueprint of our body. What dies when you die is your matter. The subatomic particles, and the atoms that made up the human body are still there. They never disappear. They'll be alive forever until the Earth disappears, which is in about, I think the Earth's got about 5 billion years now, before the sun and the sun that we've got will form into what's called a giant red planet. And then, it's giant red. It's not planet. It's just the sun will form into a giant red sun, and it'll just expand 100 times of its size, and the Earth will be actually consumed into the sun, and then explodes, similar to a supernova, but when an explosion occurs, which is 5 billion years from now, and all the ghosts will go with it, the whole Earth will disappear. It'll just everybody will die on Earth in about 5 billion years, because the heat will actually kill everybody that's on the surface of the planet. What happens? It all gets sucked back into to the sun, which is our star, and then it then forms what's called a white dwarf, and then the white dwarf then has a life of another 5 billion years. Okay, so that's basically what we're talking about. In relation to human beings, in about 30 to 40 years, I've been told by the other side that the moon that goes around the Earth is going to wobble, and what it's going to do is it's going to form giant tidal waves. This is only about could be 25 years from now to 40 years. The Earth and the moon will still be rotating, but what it does is it goes into what's called a correctional phase, and the moon is actually going to wobble slightly, and what will happen is the gravitational force on the Earth is going to be changing, and all the so what's going to happen is you're going to have high tides and wave surges, a bit like the one that hit India 10 years ago, and that's going to occur, and it's going to continue occurring for spasms of 10 years. So a lot of the land, including Sydney up to the Blue Mountains, is going to be underwater, including the United States, is all going to be underwater. So your sons and daughters better be going to high ground, because that's what's going to occur. Now, I've read about it scientifically, and I've also seen it in visions. I've got a lot of visions which are going to occur. Okay, so the moon is going to wobble, and it's going to change the gravitational force upon the Earth. You have to remember that. So if you're near the ocean, do not buy any ocean properties. If you're young, if you're old, it's not going to make any difference, because you're going to die anyway. But if you're young, what you should do is buy a property up the top of the mountains, in the United States somewhere, in Colorado or wherever you want to live, get up away, because another 25 years, if you're a young person, 25 years, it's going to be, what's going to happen is your houses and everything are going to be destroyed by a massive, every day the tide's going to come in, but it's going to come in 50 times higher than it is now, right? So the government already knows about this, right? I've already spoken to government representatives about what's going to happen, and they agree. You've got max 25 years, and massive tides are going to come in. So your kids, if they're born right now, when they're attaining the age of 25, your sons and daughters are going to be, a lot of them are going to be drowned. And it's not bullshit. Look up the scientific records. The moon's going to wobble in its rotational force when it goes right around the Earth. And it starts in about 25 to 30 years from now. And it'll go for about 15, 20 years. So we're up to shit, basically, okay? If you want to buy property, buy it up the top of the mountains. And then at least if the tidal waves and wave surges come in, you'll be alive then. You can start your own orchards and everything else to, buy a lot of seeds and everything else like that. That's more important even than the Third World War. Third World War will be short-lived, and can actually, even after a nuclear bomb hits, you can actually walk the streets about 5 days. That's what David Matherson explained to me. He's the agent on net worth in the United States, and he's already told me that you can walk the streets in 3 to 5 days. The half-life is not a long half-life. It's not like when Chernobyl occurred, which is going to be like that for the next 500 years sort of thing, when nobody can live around Chernobyl. Okay, so that's what you've got to learn about. So anyway, I've got to go. We've got to go to the shops. So thanks. Yep, thanks guys. Talk to you next week, okay? See you guys. Bye.